Yes, we are going to look at the introduction and definition of the law of tort. So, introduction. Uh, a tort law or law of tort is a body of law which permits an injured person to recover compensation from the person who caused the injury. This means that when the purpose of the law of tort, it is called the compensation justice law. So it is where now a person is injured in any way, then this person has suffered some injuries and has to be compensated, or has maybe there may be medical fees and other things, and this person has to be compensated. So that is what it means, compensative law. So the person who has caused injury is the one who is supposed to bill those costs. So when one person injures another, either intentionally or by negligence, a court may award money damages to the injured party, meaning that if you cause the damage or you cause any injury, whether intentionally or not intentionally, that will mean that if you are sued, then the court will order that you pay that person for the suffering that you have caused on that person. So that is what, when we talk about a law of tort, it encompasses that there must be, we must be, someone must be accountable to the action that one has taken. So the injury describes invasion of any legal right, and harm describes a loss or detrimental or in fact. So when we talk about the law of tort, we are talking about the compensation that occurs after one has suffered a certain loss or an injury. So it also provides the remedies to persons and businesses that are injured by the tortious actions of other people. So there is an action that has caused a certain damage or a certain injury, either to a business or to an individual. So such damages that may incur some loss or may cause some damages. That action is called tort. That is what has to be compensated, and that is what has to be looked at. So when we are talking about law of tort, that is what we are talking about. So under tort law, an injured party can bring a civil lawsuit to seek compensation for a wrong done to the party or to the party's property. So law of tort does not only mean to a person injury, it can also mean the damage that has been caused to a property. So we are going to look at the four elements of tort law. We'll look at physical harm. We'll also look at damage to personal property. We'll look at conversion of personal property, and also we'll look at intentional infliction of emotional distress. So these are the things that we are going to look at. Now, let's define what tort law or law of tort is. So, tort is the French or and Latin word tortus, meaning alone. So, the term tort law means an act or omission that gives rise to injury or harm to another person and amounts to civil wrongs of which courts impose liability. So when we talk about law of tort, we are talking about two things. There is an omission, and also there is someone has done something in a civil jurisdiction that has caused harm or injury, and that one seeks that the court should impose some liability on that person who has caused that injury. And that is what is called civil loans. So then it can also be like the law of tort. It's a branch of law that deals with civil suits with the exception of disputes involving contracts. So there is a difference between law of tort, which and also other laws like the law of contract. So law of tort may raise the disputes without you entering into contract. So that is what the law of tort will involve. But the law of contract, it is where you had the stipulation and you had some things that you had stipulated in your contract which has to be done, and one breaches those, so that cannot be categorized in the law of tort. So it is the law of tort. It is also called restorative justice, since it seeks to remedy losses. So the other term that can be used for the law of tort is restorative justice, because it remedies the losses that one has incurred through the negligence of somebody, or through the damage that has been caused because of someone. So that is what the law of tort. So we have talked about the law of tort. It's a Latin word or French word which means wrong, doing a wrong thing. So, and we said the tort law means an act or omission that gives rise to injury or harm. And we have also said that it's a branch of law that deals with civil suits with exception of disputes involving contract. And it is also called restorative justice, since it seeks remedy to losses.